You know, Tay, honestly, no matter what happens, I won't let them take your bones.
I didn't realize my bones were at risk of being taken.
They're always at risk of being taken.
I would like my bones still being.
Who is they?
Yeah, that's another good question. Actually,
it's not important.
No, I do think it is important.
You're asking a lot of questions that it's making it really hard for me to answer.
It's like my dad used to always tell me, like, I don't care what they say about you. You're a pretty cool guy. And I'm like, who is they? And he's like, literally everybody.
My name is Fred Stewart, and welcome to Hots, Graves, and Omens.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
With me, as always, is my lovely co-host.
It's me. It's Taylor.
Hi, Tay.
Hello.
And with us running cameras and sound is Marty Cowick.
And I also have a cool little cam today. It looks nice.
Yeah,
cool.
Spooky cam.
But it was redacted.
It was redacted. None of this footage is real.
No.
Marty's actually not even in studio, surprisingly. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. He's actually not even here. He's actually somewhere, he's in a skiff somewhere in a CA black site.
Right you are, Fred.
Go ahead. Just holding your earpiece.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
we should have done that bit. I don't know why we did. We were totally talking about it before the pod. We should have just done it. It's so funny. So I got a couple true crime news stories to go over with you. A 200-foot water tower stolen from a local Alabama radio station. It comes from Jasper, Alabama. In this crazy theft case, a 200-foot tower and other materials were reportedly stolen from a local radio station, seemingly in the middle of the night.
How the fuck do you steal a 200-foot radio tower?
Carefully.
Did you say radio or water tower?
Radio.
Oh, I was gonna
He did initially say water tower.
Yeah, you did say water tower first.
Well.
I was like, God damn, that's so heavy.
Yeah, well.
It threw me off for a brief second, but...
I mean, have you played that new video game that's coming, or that just came out? It's called Grand Theft Water Tower 6.
Oh, yeah, dude. Grand Theft Water Tower 4 is really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, on Friday, the WJLLX FM's radio station manager, Brett Elmore, posted on Facebook about the major theft. He said a bush hog crew was doing cleanup work at the tower site near a poultry farm when he received a call from one of the crew members who informed Elmore that the building was vandalized and a 200-foot tower was gone. Elmore wrote, they stole every piece of equipment out of the building, cut the guy wires to the tower, and somehow managed to down a 200-foot tower and take it off the property.
It's crazy what tweakers will do nowadays for some copper.
Yeah, basically saying that law enforcement is investigating. They say this is a federal crime to tamper with a federally licensed facility, and they are currently still investigating. And as for some true crime news this week, an 81-year-old man accused of assaulting then killing wife at a Georgia senior living facility.
The South is wild right now.
Yeah, it's Lawrenceville, Georgia. Police have arrested an elderly man on suspicion of killing his wife at a senior living facility. According to a news release from the Gwinnett County Police Department on Tuesday, February 6th, approximately 10 a.m., East Precinct officers responded to the Lindwood Estates Gracious Retirement Living, Jesus Christ, where they found 71-year-old Grace Hayden deceased inside one of the rooms. Police detained the victim's husband, 81-year-old Richard Hayden, who lived with his wife in the room, obviously. It's unclear initially who made the 911 call, but they were aware of the medical emergency in the room. The facility was, at least. They are investigating it as a case, and right now Mr. Hayden faces charges of malice murder, aggravated assault, and felony murder. And they have, yet to release the cause of death for the victim. But that's wild.
That is wild.
It's like you're at the end of your life already, man. It's like, what do you think she did? Like what do you think happened? Like, was it just like, she was like, did you put my dentures in the water? It's like, no. And he's like, it's the last fucking time you do this. You watched Jeopardy without me? We're not making light of murder. We're making light of a very wild case. All right, let's relax. Everybody chill out. Let's get into some more lighthearted news, okay? The Licking Hole Brewery in Goochland closes indefinitely while the owner deals with health issues. So a Goochland brewery is
called Licking Hole.
It's called Licking Hole. Goochland brewery is with the owner is calling winter hibernation, though it's unclear when it will reopen. Licking Hole Creek Craft Brewery ceased operations last month on what the owner and CEO Lisa Reynolds Brotherton said was a temporary basis. Basically, they're just kind of going through some, just some hardships, kind of getting some stuff settled.
What country is Goochville in?
Goochland. I'm gonna guess it's somewhere in the East Coast.
Yeah.
Goochland is in Virginia.
Of course it is.
So
I thought this was going to be somewhere like in the UK or something.
No, good old Goochland. You never been to Goochland? You ever gone to the Licking Hole Goochland?
Licking Hole Goochland.
Yeah. Well, you go to Goochland to go to the Licking Hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Licking Hole is just south of the Gooch.
Or north, depends on what the location you go to. Yeah. I just wanted to read that story. I just thought it was very funny. Just at least just the title of it. And then a man was recently arrested for he was being accused of peddling business cards with free samples of cocaine stapled to him. A man is facing half a dozen charges after an apparent bid to boost his drug dealing businesses by handing out, quote, free samples of cocaine at local casinos was caught by Calgary police. Police say that they're patrolling the casino when they became aware of a card that had been handed out to casino goers. The cards included the name Alex Lee and a small baggie of suspected cocaine attached. Investigators tracked down the suspect via his name Alex Lee alias throughout January, gathering evidence, eventually identifying his vehicle. And then on the Saturday, police pulled over a 2020 Toyota Tundra, arresting the driver. Officers searched the truck and as well as his home on Beaconsfield Place Northwest, seizing more than 60 grams of cocaine and a bunch of business cards. So get this man off the streets.
I like the idea that it wasn't actually cocaine.
Oh, it was.
Like it was just like flour
Yeah.
in the baggies. Like I know he was actually handing out samples of cocaine.
Yeah. That's a power move, though.
Which, they're always like, oh, they're never going to give free drugs to your candy. Or
To your
free
kid.
drugs
Yeah,
to your candy.
well,
free
well, you never
drugs in the candy to
You
your kids.
never want to give free drugs to your candy. Yeah, it's even
I'm
worse.
so
It's even worse
fucking
when you give your candy kids.
Oh my God, I'm so tired. I've been up since like 6 I'm really fucking tired.
Yeah, that's great.
I know that doesn't seem like that long considering it's not even 6 p.m.
Taylor's manic.
So tired. I'm so tired.
Well, don't worry, Tay. You get a whole episode to get
I know, and I'm the one reading it, so this will be a fucking wild ride.
through. I'm ready.
All right, are you ready, Marty?
I am ready.
Let's get into it.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, Marty, what do you think about that news story?
She was only 5.
What?
No, we're talking. No, the cocaine, Marty.
Yeah, she was 5.
I don't think we never talked about a 5-year-old throughout all this.
Right, you are, Fred.
Okay, well, he got that part right. Now, how do you feel? What do you think happened with the 81-year-old who killed his wife?
You got it from the grocery store.
Okay, yeah. See, I think we're having some sort of weird delay in this. Now, Marty,
She was 5.
who was 5? When
This is
Taylor was 5?
pre-recorded. It was pre-recorded.
Yeah, pre-recorded.
We just didn't give him any idea what we were talking about when we had.
We're
this
trying to work
pre-recorded.
out a whole thing to where, when I can't make it or for whatever reason, they can just roll the typical Marty thing. And I can be here anyway.
Oh, we should absolutely just record a loop of you just being like.
That's pretty funny, actually.
You know, just like, and that's when the killer beheaded his victim and proceeded to eat the insides. And cut to Marty. He's like, yeah, it's just that. It's all just during the worst possible times. And that's when we knew that there was going to be no survivors on the Titanic.
I'm so sorry to our audio listeners.
It's so funny. Go watch the podcast. All right.
All right.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about a business.
All right. So on December 14th of 1983 at 8 p.m., Antonio Nelso Tasca, Tasca? I don't know. Words. Was driving to his son Maximino Tasca's house.
Maximino.
It's a name. It's not a name I would choose. I don't know. I feel like you could just leave it at Max. Call it good. But Maximino.
Good old Maximino.
He was driving to his son Maximino Tasca's house in Barrios, Bahia.
Barrios Bahia.
In his Brazila Model 81 car, and was coming from the village of Colonia Sela after an attempt to visit his friend Mr. Pedro Sela. But seeing his friend was not home, he decided just to return to his son's home. He just drove out there, was like,
yeah, I guess she isn't here. It's like, yeah, I guess I'll just go home. You guys have cars, but you guys don't have phones?
Well, this is 83.
We got phones.
I mean, if he didn't...
Landline, that bitch.
Well, I know, but if he didn't have his friend's number and he was at his son's house, then...
Starting to see some fucking discrepancies in this story, all right? Seeing through the lies.
We're 3 sentences in.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Sorry, I'm dying.
Plot hole.
Great, thank you, Marty.
Right you are, Marty.
He was about 3.73 miles from Chapico in the state of Santa Catarina, around the old Coca-Cola factory in the area, when he came close to a farm owned by Mr. Tasso.
Is this in Mexico?
This is indeed in Mexico.
Yes.
Mm.
So I'm probably gonna butcher things. I'm sorry, but
Let me try to pronounce the words.
Marty can't even see them.
Well, when you butcher it, I'll try and fix it.
All right. This was about 6.84 miles from his son's house, and even closer to the turnpike that he would need to take to get there. But as he got near an old road, he felt compelled to turn down it, as if commanded by a strange force or inner command.
Come down this road. Come, just take a look. Come over here and look down this road. Come. Hey, you. Come down this road. Is he coming?
No. So he did drive down the old worn road for about 5 minutes, and then suddenly felt once more a strange force that compelled him to stop directly in the middle of the road. As he put on the emergency brake of his car and removed his keys from the ignition, he noticed that something was coming down from the sky in front of him.
Oh my God. It's Big Bird. It's a biblically accurate Big Bird.
It's
Big
Jesus doing
Big
a Christ
bird.
Air from Skate 3.
So the object he would describe as being greenish, about 32 feet long, and about 9 feet high. And the object bore a strong resemblance to a bus in appearance, as it was rectangular or square-shaped.
It's a bus.
With about 10 windows, each about 2.3 feet high by 1.32 feet wide.
Wow, this is like extremely...
I assume, so this is coming from Mexico. They use the metric system.
Yeah, but I feel like it's really like specific.
Right, so when you change from the metric system to whatever the fuck America uses, I don't remember the name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of this is real, dude.
They tend to get a little weird, like the conversion. I don't remember what we use. I know we don't use the metric system. Do Do you remember?
Imperial? What? What are we talking about? You started talking about math, dude, and I checked out. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're like, now the metric system is what they use in Mexico, and I'm
Well,
like,
yeah,
I just want to talk about England.
The metric system is used in every country except for like 2. Get out of here. I'm just saying that's why it's so particular, is because they converted it.
So the great bus in the sky comes down.
Yeah.
It's glowing.
The object appeared to be narrower at the ends of the vehicle that seemingly floated above the ground. So it kind of sounds like a elliptical.
Elliptical, like this.
Like how it's like this, but it's coming down.
Like this. Like this. Looks just like this.
like this, but it...
like this. As you can see, it looks just like this.
Great.
I can just kind of peek on through. Illuminati. See, it's all connected. It's always been connected.
Oh my god. So Tasca, curious at the sight of this esoteric greyhound sorts,
yeah.
technically, proceeded to, as anyone would do, approach the craft to get a better look at it. Obviously.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck is it? I'm gonna go touch that. I don't know what it's gonna do to me, but it's fine. When he got within about 33 feet of the object, he felt a bizarre heat wave that was incredibly intense, realizing at that moment that approaching something so particularly bizarre was probably not a good idea. So he started backing up and continued to do so, watching the craft the entire time until he returned once more to the side of his vehicle. As he reached down and began to pull on the car door's handle, however, a beam of light about 3 feet wide emanated from the object, which was like a strip of yellow, red, and white light that would be described as kind of a glossy carpet.
Come ride this glossy piss carpet, my boy. The voice beckons from the craft.
I never want to imagine a glossy carpet. That sounds not.
I'll look it up. See.
So you wouldn't want to date Aladdin then?
Why is his carpet glossy?
I don't think he has glossy carpet.
I think he just has a carpet.
It's magic and glossy.
I don't think that's true, Marty.
I mean, this would be considered glossy carpet, it looks like.
That's a glossy effect.
It's glossy carpet.
Glossy effect.
Yeah. It's a glossy carpet. It literally is color carpeted with glossy effects. So how do we know that he wasn't just attacked by a furniture store?
Furniture store came out of the sky.
The great furniture store in the sky came down.
Oh my god.
And fucking just shot its yellow beam at me. I assume.
So the glossy carpet swung from under the craft and slowly began to creep and crawl along the ground.
Mm-hmm.
The light came towards Tasca, and he did not stop looking at it until the luminous rug passed beneath his feet. Once this luminescent glow was beneath him, the light changed its behavior, where the light first appeared, and it seemed to be released from the craft.
Mm-hmm.
Now the light seemed to move on its own back towards the ship, pulling Tasca with it. So he's standing on a glossy rug, and it's fucking
just pulled him.
like pulling him towards the
This
craft.
human seems to be a little bit heavier than normal.
It's like, hey, man, don't call me fat, bro. What the fuck?
We're not saying you're fat. We're maybe just saying, I don't know, lay off of the food, just in general.
All right, dude. Fuck you, dude. I'm still gonna stand here and get abducted, but pretty
El
bad at it.
Señor muy grande. Remember, because they're in Mexico.
See.
So Tasca was not able to react or unbalance himself from the weird glossy carpet. it could only stand by pulling in abject terror as he approached the space bus, which he now could tell was not the glowing green that he had seen earlier, but a stark aluminum gray color instead. As he approached the craft, at some point he lost all consciousness, either out of fright or due to some technology that he was unaware of.
Use the blackout beam, and it's just a fucking gray with a hammer. And he comes to the door, and he's just like, wham! Fucking just lays him out with a mallet. Just,
Things you can pull up. Like, there's some drawings of Tasca's.
Some drawings, eh? You say?
some drawings, you say?
So,
Drawings, you say?
when Tasca returned to his senses, he awoke to find himself in a cold, dark place. He was unsure as to how he got to this place. I have a fucking idea. Maybe it was the carpet that pulled you into the fucking craft.
And then the alien, they hit you with a mallet. A cartoon-sized mallet, to be specific.
Yeah. He was unsure how he got to this place, but he had a strong suspicion that he was in the craft. Tasca realized as he attempted to sit up that he was unable to move his arms or legs, and that he was lying on some kind of metallic table.
Yeah, tell Marty what to type in.
Oh,
You could probably just search his name,
Go ahead, Marty.
what is his name?
Antonio Nelso Tasca.
Antonio?
Antonio, yeah.
Antonio what?
Nelso,
Nelso.
yeah. Tasca, Tasca.
S-C-A. Oh, man marked by ETs.
Man marked by ETs.
Oh, that stands for extra something.
Extra tall.
Yeah, extra tall aliens.
I don't know if this is the photo that we're looking for, but
Otherwise, we can just like put them in post.
Don't worry about it. I don't like
worry,
to edit
we're
this
here.
podcast. This podcast is not what we're supposed to edit. Go ahead, Tay. Is this related?
I don't know.
I'm gonna assume yes. Just keep going, Tay. We got
All
it.
right. So Tasca strained as hard as he could, but his arms would not budge. And what he would later compare to being, they were like glued to his side, apparently. It was this lack of mobility that had a terrifying thought that rose in his head. Perhaps the reason he could not move his appendages was that he was dead. He was like, maybe I fucking died.
I mean, that's a natural thing to think about. Is that maybe you are just dead.
Yeah,
Marty's shooting things.
it's fine.
Dead.
It's fine. It's fine. So he was like, maybe I'm fucking dead. It was in this that he noticed that the area was growing increasingly colder and that he was having some difficulty breathing and that he could not speak or cry out for help. He also noticed that in this current state that he was starting to lose the feeling in his limbs, all the more giving him fear that he had passed away. His agony and loneliness grew to such a point that he actually began to cry. He was just overcome with emotion.
Uh-huh.
So as the tears streamed down his face, suddenly the room started to warm up.
Nice.
The aliens were like, oh fuck, we forgot to turn on the heat.
They're like,
That was in there just breathing his ass off.
I guess I'm dead. I guess I'm not making it out of here ever. I'm just gonna be stuck in here forever in my cold little box. Dead to the world. And then all of a sudden, like, the heat starts coming on. He's like, oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm fine. Maybe, actually, it's kind of nice in here.
Just the aliens are like,
Hey, you turn the HVAC on? And he's like, ooh, shit, yeah.
fuck, no. I thought you turned it on.
No, I thought you turned it on.
Okay, well, we have a problem. So, yeah, the room started to warm up and the cold vanished completely, and with it, he was able to breathe regularly. He was still unable to move, but he could still hear and see. Then, as he lay in the darkness, he heard the sounds of footsteps approaching him. The footsteps were seemingly from several small beings who surrounded Tasca on the table.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh my god.
Do you have any cheeseburgers on you?
It's like, what the fuck?
He's like, this is Mexico.
On you. On you specifically.
Like,
Do you have any snacks or treats? Human being?
it's like, what the fuck? No, dude, what? I had like corn nuts in my car, and he's like, fuck, get rid of him, get the car. Fucking throws him out of the ship, ducks his car, leaves in the middle of nowhere. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Sounds like a Super Bowl commercial.
It does sound like a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, what are you guys' predictions for the Super Bowl, dude? I think that that during the halftime performance with Usher, right?
Yeah.
That a giant craft is going to come down.
that
And
who's doing the
the alien
performance?
overlords are going to finally reign supreme and take over the Super Bowl.
I was kind of just making a prediction that Usher would open with the song "Yeah."
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. I mean, I think the alien's probably pretty feasible, but
I don't know. I think he's gonna open with
Is
"Yeah."
Usher performing in the
Yeah,
halftime show?
yeah,
shows how much
Very
you know.
I thought it was going to be like Taylor Swift or something.
No.
you would think that they would do that because that'd
Yeah.
be very, very smart. But
Yeah, I mean, they could probably get her to do it for free.
I'm pretty sure she's like performing in like Japan or something that night. So,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
dude.
Well,
I
guess
just
she
hope all the
doesn't-
I just
she
hope all the
doesn't
boys
love
have
her
fun.
boyfriend.
Yeah, I just hope all the boys have fun. You know, so I just hope everyone has a good time. You know,
I hope somebody.
that's all I care about. Hope everyone just has a gosh darn good time.
I hope somebody dies.
What? Marty.
Like, but not any of the, like a terrorist or something, you know?
What is happening, Marty?
Not like somebody that's playing football, you know? But like somebody that's an actual scumbag. You know?
You just hope that someone in the world,
Yeah.
someone in the world dies
Yeah.
during the Super Bowl. I got news for you, buddy. It happens about every 10 seconds. What's the fucking? Yeah.
God. All right. That's just okay, Marty.
Let's see. How many people die 1 minute? Approximately 105 people die a minute in the world. So
Yeah.
it's a long game.
You're,
Pretty long game.
yeah. Anyways,
These little feet come plapping in.
these little mans just fucking. I imagine that they're walking like a toddler coming into the room to tell you they vomited.
Got their gut out like I can't even see because my laptop's in the way. But they got their gut out like this, and they're just like, got any games on their phone?
Mom, I threw up.
Rough her up a little bit.
Hate it.
Just gotta scratch the butt.
Throw it up.
Now, tell me, you got any fun? You ever play Roblox?
So while Tasca was aware of their presence, he was unable to see them clearly or describe them further. But he felt that there were 3 or 4 creatures total and that their height was about 3 feet. As he lay there, he could hear the creatures releasing several grunts and bizarre noises. that seemed to be the creature's way of communicating with each other. I do not want to hear you two start communicating that way. By the way. I can't wait out for this.
We're done.
I don't believe you.
We're done. Just get on the other side. We're done.
I know that the minute I put this back in, you're gonna do it again.
I'm not gonna do it again.
I don't fucking believe you because I know you. I know what you do. Yeah, I fucking knew it. Why are you so hesitant?
Nah, I'm done for real.
Okay. Anyways. The noises were noticeably different, as some sounds came out longer, others shorter, and the noises ranged in tone from high to low.
Uh-huh.
As Tasca was listening to this, he suddenly began to feel something sharply poking him on the right side of his body.
That's not good.
They started with his knees and lower legs, and then his arms. This continued for some time until ultimately stopping, only to be recontinued on his left side. So, they're just poking him. With sharp objects.
What's a vibe?
Excuse me? I have questions for later.
I'm not going to give you any answers, but go ahead.
So Tasca was relieved that his senses were returning, but was wondering just what these creatures were sticking him with, for it seemed to be the sharp tip of some object. The probing lasted only for a short time, but this would not be the last interaction with these creatures, for once the entities were done, they proceeded in lifting him up and taking him to another room.
You like to party? I like to party.
Where they once left him alone this time, however, to lie on the floor.
We like to lay on the floor. It is part of alien culture. We'll get you some space LSD and your fucking this whole room is going to just melt.
It's like, thank you, space aliens.
Great.
Be like that Joe Rogan alien. It was like, you want to do drugs?
Oh, I remember that one.
It's classic.
Classic.
So, unlike the other room, the room Tasca was in now was incredibly brightly lit, and its brightness was so intense that Tasca had to close his eyes. Tasca could not see where the light was coming from, as there were no windows, doors, or any living creatures in the room with him, but it was as if the room itself was generating the light, which we've heard about before.
Yeah, where the light is just emanating from no particular source.
It's just the room.
It's just the room, yeah.
We hear about that a lot.
I think about that every day.
Yeah? Me too. As his eyes adjusted, he realized that he was naked. And upon inspecting the room, he found his clothes neatly folded in a pile to his right.
Oh.
How nice of them.
Very nice.
They, so he had his shoes and socks also in the pile, on top. His socks were on top of his shoes, which were on top of the rest of his outfit. They put it together very neatly.
I mean, so far, not a lot of downsides. Cool, glossy carpets. You get your head bonked by an alien. You get poked around a little bit. Now you're in a room and it's glowing. They folded your clothes. Sounds like a little spa trip to me.
I mean, you were naked and did get probed with items, but...
Well, again, not a lot of downsides.
So Tasca proceeded to dress himself and then proceeded to touch the walls in an effort to find some way out of the room, as there appeared to be no discernible way out. The room was about 8.2 feet to 9.9 feet wide and by 9.9 feet high, and had smooth, featureless walls. As he reached out to the glowing metal walls, he noticed that while they glowed, the walls were neither noticeably cold nor warm. The walls, while they seemingly glowed, seemed to Tasca to be very similar to polished aluminum, but it was probably something not aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
Who fucking knows?
It was probably aluminium.
That's
Aluminium.
So, as Tasca stood feeling up the solid walls, he suddenly noticed that one of the walls opened up, and there was a big gaping space that one could, for lack of a better word, describe as a door. It was a door, but it wasn't really a door.
A big gaping hole.
I thought you were...
Also known as a door.
I thought you were gonna say
So
that in
hot.
a Jennifer Coolidge voice because you started virgin in there.
hot.
You started
big.
virgin there.
Big gaping hole. I want a hot dog real bad. Oh, fuck yeah. Give me that big gaping hole.
Oh my god. All right. As Tasca stared at this new potential exit, he soon noticed that a figure was coming through the hole and towards him. As he stared, he noticed that the figure was of a young woman, but a woman that seemingly was, quote, out of this world.
Here she is right here.
Oh, yeah, there she is.
Es que veo el extraterrestre.
Yeah.
Retardo. I didn't say that. That's a word. Retardo.
Now,
What does that translate to?
Retardo.
Palado.
Pelado.
Palado.
Fiato por Vilma. Bule.
I think it just means something about a woman.
Oh,
Oh, it's a sketch.
yeah.
Oh.
Seems like a lot of words for the word sketch.
Yeah. This is a drawing.
Yeah. This is a drawing. I don't see any comedy involved.
So anyway, he goes, "Oh, the door is so hot. I want a hot dog real bad." He goes through the door.
So the woman was extremely short compared to Tasca. Tasca was about 5'7". I like how it is like a reasonable height for a man.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you cut back to that drawing he did, it is a very funny drawing. It's like, so you hang out a lot and just kind of abduct people. She's like, and he's like, yeah, that's cool. I got this polo from Kohl's. it's just such an awkward,
It
like,
is.
him standing there and be like,
Oh,
yeah, that's cool. You got a boyfriend or?
so the woman was just under 4 feet tall. She had light hair that fell to her shoulders. It was a bright blonde color. She was
Not
also,
according to this sketch.
They probably just had a pen or a pencil.
Yeah. Well, they fucking lied.
They don't make blonde pencils.
I'm gonna look it up.
So she's described as having clear skin, but it seemed strangely thin. Yet most perplexing was her eyes. Her eyes looked nothing like a normal human's. The eyes were much further apart than a human's and were an overwhelmingly vibrant blue in color. The eyes were almond-shaped, but they stretched much further than a traditional gaze. Instead, they stretched over to the sides of her face, appearing in almost like bright blue upside-down commas on her face. Pretty weird.
That is pretty weird. Pretty spooky.
Yeah. Tasca felt that even with these noticeably inhuman features, that she was very beautiful and bore a striking resemblance to Brazilian poet and actress Bruna Lombardi. The being wore a bright indigo blue dress that hung a little below the knees. The dress had a noticeable insignia on the chest that was shaped like the letter T. That being also had a belt around her waist and smooth blue sandals on her feet as well. Did you look her up?
I did look up Bruno Lombardi.
Oh. I feel like, I don't know. I don't see a resemblance.
Yeah, no. I definitely don't.
So as Tasca stared at the small girl, she raised her hand in a friendly gesture, which Tasca felt was a kind of greeting. As Tasca observed, he suddenly heard and felt a kind of melody, and upon feeling and hearing it, he suddenly had an experience reminiscent of Brian from Frank Henenlotter's Brain Damage, as he felt deep peace, joy, longing, and sensations concerning colors. At this point, however, outside of this ultrasensory melody, no words were exchanged between Tasca and the being, but Tasca was thinking of the countless things to ask the being before ultimately settling on the simplest questions: who she was and where she came from. However, before she could get the words out, he heard a voice respond to the questions. The voice was not spoken like from the mouth, as the girl did not open her mouth but seemed to telepathically transmit the answer into his mind. She spoke, "I am Kabbalah, the messenger of the world Agali. I come on a mission of peace and love."
Well, I'm definitely not here to eat your organs in front of you. Don't even think about it.
Not yet.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe if you let.
He's like, "You're really pretty." Just like standing there all awkward.
Tasca realized that this telepathic communication was the best way to talk to the bizarre being in front of him, and proceeded to communicate the rest of his time on the ship in this way. Knowing now her name and where she came from, the next question he proposed to the girl was, "Where are we?"
Good question.
So upon she replied in the same telepathic manner, "We're in the ocean, 180 meters below sea level."
That's crazy.
Now, I got some.
Join us in our watery grave.
Okay, yeah. Come join us in our watery grave. I got some problems. All right.
You have problems, yes?
Yeah, don't like the ocean, so I'm immediately out. It's a big
You don't have a choice. He didn't have a choice to go there.
Take me to a fucking Arby's, bruh. I don't give a fuck. Put me on top of a Dave's Famous Barbecue or something. Let's mix this date up a little bit. Maybe they're just stoners and they're like, "We know a place," and then they just go 180 meters under the fucking ocean.
That's pretty far.
Pretty deep, bruh. I don't know. You think they make him walk back, or
Probably not.
You won't survive to the surface. In fact, you'll explode.
Good luck.
Implode.
implode? Right, Marty.
Marty is.
I learned something from the submersible.
Oh, like how you shouldn't get in homemade submersibles?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think we all knew that already. But
So Tasca, upon hearing this, suddenly felt bizarre thirst and overwhelming sense of confusion at that moment. The thirst was so terrible that he had thought to ask for water from his hostess, and decided to comment to the being, "I am very thirsty and I am very confused. You convey peace and love, but also confusion that I cannot master. I think your beauty is the cause."
oh, dude's fucking risen up this alien.
He is.
He's like, "I think your beauty's the cause." He flicks his hair.
This sounds like it would be a Mexican drama, like midday television Mexican
Flirt
drama
with
show.
an alien.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in love with an
like-
alien. Oh, that's the episode of this
Yeah.
podcast.
It's
I'm in love with an alien.
El señorita, señorita bonita alien.
I'm gonna dig down this alien.
Like,
So-
put it in my cloaca.
Oh. So almost immediately an answer came to his mind.
Yeah.
You will drink right now, and your thirst will pass, as well as your state of confusion. As Tasca looked in the room, he noticed now on one of the walls was a bizarre device that was about 3.3 feet in length, 15 centimeters. They switch back to the metric system. high and 4 to 5 centimeters deep with 10 red buttons. They said, listen, if you choose the wrong fucking button, it lets the entire ocean in here, so...
One of these buttons makes you come, the other one kills the entire planet. None of them are marked.
What about the other 8?
They don't work.
You should probably hope you choose one that doesn't work.
Yeah. I know which one I'm looking for. Get rid of this fucking planet.
So, Kabbalah proceeded to walk over to the device and push one of the buttons, which opened a drawer, which contained 2 tube-shaped objects, or containers, which were about 10 by 6 by 3 centimeters. The tube seemed to have a kind of latch that Kabbalah opened, or pulled from one which opened it, and she handed it to Tasca. Tasca, looking at the tube, could see the contents of the tube was a colorless clear liquid that was seemingly odorless. I have a feeling someone's getting drugged.
It's
colorless.
Yeah. It's watery. They're in the ocean. They've been milking fucking dolphins and shit. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
We aren't really attracted to your bipedal kind. We decided to bang only dolphins.
And he's like, I could be a dolphin.
Tasca, braver than most, proceeded to drink the mysterious fluid and noted that it was something lighter than water and that he could not feel the liquid go down his esophagus, which is fucking weird. After consuming the container, Kabbalah handed him the second, and Tasca once more drank the fluid. However, this time, the contents of the tube did have a flavor which he would liken to white berries, yet slightly acidic. After he finished the contents, he handed the tube back to Kabbalah, and she proceeded to put the container once more back to the drawer where it came. Kabbalah then spoke to Tasca. Now, you will not feel thirst or confusion before me. It is time to carry out a great mission of importance, for which we have been chosen. Keep calm. I don't like where this is going.
It's gonna be something about like trying to save the planet, dude. It always is.
Tasca asked, will I be returned to my world after that? And in response, Kabbalah replied, yes, but the time is right for this. Otherwise, you'll be put in a place far away from here. Seemingly unconcerned with the cryptic nature of Kabbalah's response to his inquiry of returning home, Tasca listened to what Kabbalah claimed was his important mission. So, the mission was that he was chosen to convey a message from Kabbalah's people to the denizens of Earth. Tasca was perplexed at this and asked them why they had picked him for such a meeting and not some rich or influential person like a scientist or a politician. Kabbalah responded to him in the following way, that he, quote, always believed in extraterrestrial existence and had always wanted such an encounter. So they were like, yoink, you get to fucking talk to the Earth. Have fun.
Yeah, that I mean, as we know, this has always worked out every time. Every other alien species has done this, where they go, let's grab the guy who has no political influence.
Or friends.
He's got friends.
They're like,
He has
run.
a friend, at least.
They're like, go, run, tell your abuelita that,
That's true.
that there's aliens.
Yeah, and
He's like, just my abuelita? And they're like, yes.
yeah,
Do you have anyone else you can tell?
yeah, I can tell my buddy Dave lives next door, but we don't talk
But
very
he
often.
doesn't even have a Facebook, so it's not worth it.
He also
I
doesn't
guess.
have a face. Bored without it. He also doesn't have any ears.
I think he is an alien.
He could be.
Yeah, I think he just got fucked up. I don't know what's really going on over there. He drives though. I don't know how he drives. I've seen him in a car.
So
Yeah.
after this revelation of his mission and why he was chosen, Tasca suddenly felt an overwhelming urge of attraction and sexual desire for Kabbalah. and proceeded to move towards the space woman. This is where we're going.
I like where this is going.
Dude, this is starting to get fucking hot and heavy, brother.
Yeah, continue.
Shit, dude. He's about to pipe down this fucking alien, dude.
So
He's like, if we fucking get romantic, is my dick and balls gonna melt off?
And she's like, yes.
And he's like, that's a risk I'm willing to take. I put Gold Bond on before I came up here.
Oh my god. So the movement was reciprocated as Kabbalah approached him at about the same time, and as the two stared at each other longingly, suddenly, as what could be described as a kind of couch, began to come out of the wall in the room. They fucking planned this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude. He's about to bang an alien, bro. Let's go,
The
brother.
extraterrestrial futon was approximately 4.27 feet long by 3.29 feet wide, and there was no backrest or support arms or legs outside of the one that was connected to the wall. Kabbalah stepped back from Tasca and lifted her dress and proceeded to lay on the couch looking at Tasca.
Bro, this dude just got picked up by the fucking bang ship.
Look directly in the camera and say, I'm a humanoid and I'm about to be humiliated. She's like, you ever had your balls crushed by an alien?
Oh my god.
This is definitely like out of
kinda
all
hot.
the stories, you know, the abduction stories and stuff. This is definitely one where this guy was like, I got a few buddies to impress, you know. He's like wants to impress some friends, and he's like, you know how I've always wanted to be picked up by an alien, right? And they're like, yeah, you talk about it all the time. He's like, well, guess what fucking happened? A hot ass alien picked me up, and a fucking couch came out of the wall, and then we fucked on it. They're like, oh
Yeah, and then we just started banging. I started laying pipe like a fucking plumber on that alien pussy.
So,
This is fucking a real story?
yeah.
Okay.
Tasca, now ripping the off the clothing he was so quick to put on only moments earlier, proceeded to rush over to the woman and proceeded to have an intimate, albeit brief moment.
Just brief. He was like,
He's
this
like,
never happens.
He's like, I've been waiting for so long for this.
She's like, it's okay, it happens.
So the relationship
dog real bad.
the relationship between the two was not thoroughly described, but Tasca would later mention that the experience was, quote, rather normal.
Oh, now I did read a little bit about this case.
Yeah.
All right. He power fucked this alien. It was crazy, dude. Dude got up, dude, went to the water fountain, got the water fountain, dude, came running back, dude. It was fucking disgusting. There's so much ooze.
Ugh.
Oh, gross.
Just general ooze in the room. But not from them, from the other aliens watching.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So at the end of their engagement, Tasca heard Kabbalah speak orally for the first time. It was exceptionally brief, and she uttered only one word: love, which he noted had a slight accent to it. Upon this, she gave a slight smile, yet Tasca noted there was still a look of sadness on her face. It was at this moment that Tasca had his first look at her mouth more thoroughly. She had small, delicate white teeth. It was during this moment that Kabbalah dropped a surprising announcement to Tasca, as she once again said telepathically that she would have 2 sons from their union. And she would name them Mata and Madonna.
Oh my god.
Not Madonna, like it's not spelled like Madonna. Like
Madonna, maybe?
no, it's Madana.
Oh.
Madonna, just not
I am pregnant. Also,
Madonna.
it's also yours, obviously.
Congrats, you're a father of 3.
Congrats.
You have your son home.
We'll be sending you space child support. which consists of at least 3 sons a year. Not like children, but the literal star to devour.
So...
I got surprisingly quiet in this room. So he pipes down this alien, gets him pregnant.
Yes.
What a gangster. Dude went from just awkwardly standing in a room being like, you're really pretty. And being like,
you want to come slam this alien pussy?
This should have been an episode for the Doc Boys host.
Right.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. There's so much. We have so much to cover. We are only halfway through on my phone.
Oh my God.
So it's up to you if you want to make this a 2-parter.
I'm down to make it a 2-parter.
Because we're approaching about an hour, so we could read a little bit more, right? And then...
Well, I think we should leave it right there at post-bust.
Oh, okay. We can do that too.
Post-bust.
We can do that too, and we'll resume. I didn't realize how long this was, because
It's longer than his session to fuck this alien. Apparently.
Yeah, I wanted to go in more details about the fucking.
Okay, well,
It just started laying pipe on this alien. And the alien just kept saying, I want a hot dog real bad.
Great.
Oh my God.
I don't know, man. I'm just here.
Yep.
I have not looked at this on a laptop, so I didn't know it was fucking so long.
You should bring this all to Mondo tonight when you go on the Go Deeper podcast and just have him reread it in Spanish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should just regurgitate our episode. Yeah, that's fine.
But in Espanol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody watches this one. I'm just kidding. No one's really going to watch that one. Oh, yeah. By the way, I'm going to be on the Go Deeper podcast. Go check that shit out when it comes out. I'm sure we'll promote it and stuff like that. But hopping on with Armando.
Nice.
And probably going to make a fool of myself.
Ask him if he's ever had sex with an alien.
Yeah, I'm going to bring this
question.
episode up.
Yeah.
But like we were talking about how a dude was laying pipe on an alien.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just we got to our no pun intended climax of the story.
Yeah, it was a little early too.
Yeah. Dude, why can't all alien stories be like this? Yeah. Why can't all alien stories be like this, bro? Yeah, it's like, gets abducted and blacks out, gets probed a little bit, and you're like, this is terrifying. Then he's just like, you're really pretty. And I'm just like,
Slam this alien pussy on this futon. The most sophisticated of all alien furniture.
There are
it's a bed and a couch.
there are other stories out there of
Yeah.
this sort of thing happening.
Okay, that's cool.
You ever heard of a futon before?
They're pretty cool. You can sit on it like a couch, and then if you finesse it for at least 15 minutes, it turns into a bed.
And then you will sleep uncomfortably on it.
Yeah. I remember when I was like 18, I had a futon for a bed. And I was like, yeah, because I had a pretty small room. So I was like, I'll turn it into a couch during the day and then a bed at night. And then I forgot how to turn it back into a couch. So I just stayed in bed for literally years. Years.
It was not very comfy.
I loved it.
I didn't think it was very comfy.
Yeah, well, clearly you're not part of the alien mindset, brother.
Futons would be more comfortable if they had just like
An alien that wants you to ram its fucking pussy on
no.
it.
I was gonna say like an inch or two more like padding, but
Dude, he gave that alien an inch or two. You know what I'm saying? So funny. So funny. We're gonna end this episode about a guy blowing a load in an alien, and he's like,
I have kids now. They're yours, but I take them.
He's like, oh, and she's like, I'm pregnant. He's like, what the fuck?
You're so pretty.
Do you think that was part of her plan all along?
Oh, just to get fucking load blown in? Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I would say, for lack of a better term, that is absolutely the better term.
Yeah.
Yeah. To take his human seed.
Ugh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah. No, that's awesome,
He'd
dude.
just been bred.
Yeah. You got turned into bread?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Like multigrain?
No,
Wheat.
I was gonna say sourdough, but
Oh, he's
Gross.
not a white dude.
Got turn that shit into sourdough. Oh.
He got turned into cinnamon rolls.
Okay, there's that. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's episode of Haunts, Grades, and Omens. Go and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at HGOPodcast. You can follow me on Instagram at @IAtTheHaunted, on Twitch at @IAtTheHaunted, and TikTok at @IAtTheHaunted. Go check out the Doc Comedy Podcast, another part of the Comedy Chaos Network, obviously. Go watch the most recent episode. We have Charles's phone number up, and please give him a call. New MFA record coming out March 29th, and there's going to be a live show here in Portland, and Marty will hit you with the deets when we get to Marty. Tay.
hi. Sorry, I was looking at the dog. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Lunar Thrill. That's all I got. I don't got anything fun or special going on. You can also follow our dog at Spirit the Turv on Instagram. Martine.
You can follow me on Instagram at Ghetto Feather. Also, I won't maybe go fuck an alien. Just kidding.
Well, give us the deets about the MFA show.
The MFA show, March 29th, also the day the album comes out, is at the bar called The Mystery or The Six on Belmont. It's one or the other, but it pops up on maps as The Mystery, I think, because they had a name change recently.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And just one thing I wanted to note that I should have got at the top of the show is we missed it, but happy 1 year anniversary to the Comedy Chaos Network.
Oh,
Wow.
ding.
Yeah, and thank you all so much, truly, for the fantastic year that it's been, and all the years that you've been with us for Haunts, Graves, and Omens. If you're a long-time listener, if you're a new listener, I'll fucking kiss you on the lips.
Right on the mouth.
Right on the lips. Yeah, we really do truly appreciate it. Here's Spirit the Turf. No, she's tired. But for real though, we really do appreciate it and everything you guys do for us. If you guys want to pull clips from the podcast and stuff, feel free to do that. Post them on Instagram, TikTok reel, or Instagram reels. I don't give a fuck as long as you credit us and tell people where you got them from. Other than that, stay spooky
Sorry. Stay haunted.
and dick down an alien.
Yeah, dick 'em down.
Bye-bye.
Till the end of time. See you later.
Bye.